Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at how you can complete the Revenge Esbr with basically a team I think can work. Now one big thing here is let's talk about the Revenge category because it's not in a fantastic state. So Revenge category is not terrible, but is just distinctly not very flexible. The Revenge category is kind of made up of multitudes of just eclectic characters, and this gives it a little bit of a synergy problem. It gives it a bit of a lead problem as well. Honestly, it wasn't the most fun category to kind of run. Felt very disjointed, just felt very kind of lacking synergy. There wasn't really like a go-to powerful unit I could use. There's a ton of great powerful units on the team, but its only lead is Bardock. So honestly, it just doesn't really work out. There's not really enough super units to make it work. You kind of can if you have Piccolo, who I'm still toying with the notion of buying with red coins, but yeah, honestly speaking, just a bit of a strange category. Now, one cool thing about the category, at least that I will admit, is it did give me an opportunity to use the brand new Int Piccolo, who's really awesome, and honestly was the big hard carry for me this event. You know, absolutely helped me out. Big time, an exceptional unit that was just a huge bit of fun to run. His active skill, by the way, super duper good looking, like really good looking active skills. So super happy about that. Super just happy about everything in general, barring how wonky the team was. Like everything here ran as well as I wanted it to, except for the fact that the team was super wonky. Like that's it. Like if the team wasn't, you know, as, I don't want to say poor, but as disjointed as it is, then I honestly would say it was actually like a pretty fun kind of run. Like it was honestly a pretty fun run that was honestly just quite a bit of like good times and just really good stuff. I think that kind of ruined it for me in a sense, was just, you know, how like unfortunate it was that the team just felt so disjointed. But again, it wasn't the end of the world. Still was a pretty decent time, if not just a little bit disappointing compared to how much fun I've had in some other SBRs. But with that being said, let's talk a little bit about the team build, because that is important. And I just went with an extreme type lead. Honestly, I didn't feel like going through trying to build a super team, trying to build this team. So realistically, I just decided, okay, that's it. That's enough. I'm just going to make an extreme team, use an all extreme types lead in the form of Tech, Easy Aid, Transforming Frieza, and just take things from there. And it did allow me enough flexibility to use a lead like Piccolo, but honestly speaking, it did obviously lower our stats, but fortunately not so much that it felt impossible. But I would say it, you know, you could make it easier times for yourself. You don't have to make your life as difficult as I did, let's put it that way. But yeah, I would say in general that for me, overall, it was a decent time. Honestly, the big carrying units were Int, you know, good old Int Piccolo. I think he did a fantastic job. I think the Metal Cooler Army units did a fair enough job as well. I think, you know, they were pretty decent. I think AGL Metal Cooler did a fair job. You know, relatively quite solid, which I think was, you know, good at the end of the day. I think Tech Frieza did okay as well, although you're not fighting a lot of super class units, so that was unfortunately quite a big hindrance when looking at how well Frieza did. It just honestly was just a big hindrance, unfortunately, to Frieza and like the team in general, because a lot of them gain buffs against superclass units or things like that, and the whole revenge stage has been designed around using Bardock, and obviously that's great for him, but it did kind of immediately hinder the rest of the team completely, because you just don't fight like you just don't fight superclass units, which, yeah, is not the greatest situation in the world. So Tech Frieza, pretty solid. Obviously we had AGL Golden Frieza, as you guys all know, with his 90% damage reduction. Is a pretty decent unit. You know, he doesn't do damage, so that's kind of like the big downside to him. You look at his tanking and it's like, yeah, cool, he tanks a lot, which is awesome. I don't want to knock him because that's what he's designed for, and he's a superb tank because of it. But the thing is like, it does get to the point where sometimes you really just wish he would do even the slightest bit of damage. But yeah, at the end of the day, that wasn't the biggest issue. He still is incredibly useful, no matter what. And him being able to soak up all that damage was great. The physical LR Cooler, there for his revive capabilities, but also his healing in conjunction with the Int Cooler army was incredibly helpful. To say it was not helpful, to say that they just didn't do anything with their healing would be a lie. Their healing was incredibly helpful, and especially just helped the team kind of flow nicely, which was obviously good. And just protected us and kept Frieza's health up, which is great. Tech Frieza did an okay job. Honestly, he wasn't bad in any way, shape or form. He wasn't fantastic, but he wasn't bad. I think he struck the chord of just being a decent damage dealer without being too defensively weak. But again, definitely could have been better. But I don't really think there was a huge issue with using Frieza. Now, AGL Metal Cooler did nicely in the second slot alongside Piccolo. Between the stunning and the debuffing that they provided as kind of like a joint duo, I think overall they did a good job. Again, you can always be better. I think that's important to take note of. You can always have a better team, and I definitely feel I could have built a better team. I really could have built a better team. Like, I don't want to sit here and say this was my best work when it came to team building, but at the end of the day, I do think that it was not so bad. I think it was just a good kind of like front for the team. I think it was just a really decent-ish situation that things kind of worked out to being okay. But yeah, I think it could have been a better team. But at the same time, I think it was also fine. Like, I think it did its job, it did its service. I think at the end of the day, it was a very, very good kind of solid enough build without being super spectacular. I think there's definitely, better units in this team. But at the same time, it was really just quite fine. So yeah. But I think that's covered every single unit. I don't think we've missed anyone really. Honestly speaking, Piccolo did so much heavy lifting, like with his damage and stunning and AoE ability and just everything, that it's kind of difficult to really pinpoint any other unit out for doing like a great job. It's not to say that they didn't do a great job. I don't want to say that they were absolutely terrible or anything like that, as I do believe that there was a very solid team performance here. But I just think, Piccolo outshone pretty much all of them, and that's fine. He is obviously the big latest unit. It was a lot of fun to use him, a lot of fun to show off that active skill. But yeah, he was the big daddy unit for a reason, and he did shine in this kind of final section. Now, with that being said, realistically speaking, I think, if I'm honest, the revenge category needs a new leader. I understand that Bardock could get an easy A, and he could look very, very good, but to not have at least an extreme leader, whether that's Mecha Frieza or Cooler or whatever, is a bit of a shame, because there actually are quite a few really strong like revenge type leads. For example, okay, you can run a Terrifying Conqueror's team. Of course, you can run one if you have Piccolo, and you can use Garlic Jr., you can use Freezes, you can use a whole bunch of units. But you can't use General Towers, you can't use Broly's. And I think that's a shame, because it's just limiting you for no reason. Whereas you don't have to do that. You don't have to limit yourself, so why do so? At the end of the day, I think, if I'm being honest, the team does need a little bit of a revamp. It needs a little bit of a better twist. It needs a new lead for sure. There are definitely strong sub-teams underneath, of that I cannot lie. 100% there are strong sub-teams within this category that I think a lot of players can use. But I just think at the end of the day, its lack of lead is quite telling, at least for me. It's just maybe not where I would like it to be. Oh, Mecha Frieza. I knew I was missing someone. We have the physical Mecha Frieza. Really good free-to-play unit, honestly. His debuffing is super duper clutch, and his defense after super is actually really quite good. So yeah, I'm really happy with the whole team build. I just think there's a bit more flexibility that could be added in the team. At least for me. I think it should be necessary. But with that being said, the team did great. We got the victory, so I can't really say too much. And at the end of the day, I think everything was quite a success. So yeah, that's basically it from me. Piccolo is gonna pretty much finish things off here, I believe, if I remember correctly. Dokkan attack plus his follow-up. Plus his, yep, he's gonna finish it off. So Piccolo is gonna finish it all off for us. Fantastic. Really awesome to see the new Piccolo do his thing. And I think that is one benefit I'll say. It was really awesome to see Piccolo really just kind of take the reins and carry an ESBR. Really awesome use of his abilities, and he performed really well. But yeah, that's basically going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like. It's always appreciated. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, take care, stay safe, and yeah, that's pretty much it for me. So I'll see you guys next time, and as always, bye.